3 games on the road, a quick trip back to Winnipeg for a win over Florida. And the Winnipeg Jets are back on the road for 2. A big Central Division battle tonight. They are in Dallas to take on the Dallas Stars, and we have it on TSN. Welcome to Dallas. The Winnipeg Jets have been a very good road team, and they will look to continue those winning ways tonight as they get set to take on the Dallas Stars. Central Division matchup with 7 points separating these 2 teams. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to American Airlines Arena as the Winnipeg Jets and the Dallas Stars get set to meet. Dennis Bayak along with Brian Engblom. And when you look at the Winnipeg Jets, goal scoring all of a sudden has not been a concern. And the other night against Florida, a lot of it came from one guy, Matthew Perreault.
Matthew Perreault, I mean, when you have a night like that, I mean, I dreamed of having 4 goals. We were playing ball hockey on the street. You know, pee-wee hockey, you want to have 4 goals. He had 4 goals in the National Hockey League game. What a night it was for him. He scored in so many different ways as well, too. This young man had to wait until his 20th game of the season to score his first goal as a Jet. He worked hard all the way through it. He has tremendous hands. We've talked about him several times over the course of this season. He knows how to play the game on both sides of the puck. He was just in the right place at the right time. He has 4 goals and he ends up with a breakaway and very nearly has that 5th goal. But it's because he knows how to play. He knows how to run the power play. His coach has said that the power play has improved greatly because of his presence on it. He works the half wall really well. He'll move down low. He'll come out to the point as well, too. A terrific shot, sees the ice extremely well, makes terrific plays.
Confidence not an issue right now for Matthew Perreault, and those are terrific numbers since the middle of November. As the Winnipeg Jets make their way onto the ice here for tonight's game, we take a look at Matthew Perreault, who definitely over the last 24 games has been the Winnipeg Jets' hottest offensive player. For the Dallas Stars, over the offseason, they picked up Jason Spezza. How's he fitting in?
It's taken him a while. He's got 29 points at the halfway point, and this is a guy who usually is a point-a-game guy. He's talked very openly about it. He said, it was a lot harder adjusting here than I ever thought it was. You have to find your place on the new team. Things that he did in Ottawa, say on the power play areas he used to go to, and all his teammates know when he wanted the puck, where he wanted the puck. Well, he has a whole set of teammates who don't know that. So he's had to work his way through an awful lot of things. The other thing, too, is his coach, Lindy Ruff, has wanted him to become a more committed two-way player. He said, Jason, I know you can score points. I know you can score goals, but we need you playing on the other side of the puck, too. If we're going to make the playoffs and get in the playoffs, those games are tough. We need to be able to play you in all situations. So I need you to be conscientious defensively and not be pushing the envelope all the time offensively. Pick your spots better.
Lindy Ruff referenced that defensive side this morning when he chatted with us and said we have a lot of players that like to see that red light go on at the other end of the ice. Let's head you down to ice level for tonight's national anthems.
U.S. Air Force Staff Sergeant Kevin Schroeder. And now to sing the anthems of two great nations, our own Selena Ray.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Play Safeway's $1 million score and win. If any Winnipeg Jets player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Alan Buick of Pence, Saskatchewan could win $1 million. Shop at Safeway. You could be our next lucky winner. Tonight's starting goaltenders brought to you by Subway Restaurants. Get your favorite sub made just the way you like it. Subway, eat fresh. The goalie rotation continues for the Winnipeg Jets. Andre Pavlik will start in goal for the Jets, and it will be Anders Lindback in goal for the Dallas Stars. He came in to replace Kari Lepnin in the win against Ottawa. You look at Winnipeg Jets captain Andrew Ladd riding the 7-game point streak as the Jets start another back-to-back on the road. They had one in California last weekend. This one starts tonight, ends in Chicago tomorrow. Referees tonight are Mark Jeanette and Ian Walsh. The linesmen are Ryan Galloway and Mark Shuchek. And we are underway here in Dallas. Goligoski sends it right side and into the Jet zone for Cody Eakin. Eakin out of Winnipeg, goes in after it. Eakin centers, and Ben unable to get a stick on that. As Lindy Ruff has juggled his lines somewhat. Here comes Brian Little. Little in on the right side to the short side, and Lindback makes the save and hangs on. Tonight's keys to the game brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of the NHL.
For the Winnipeg Jets, be ready to grind. After you win a game 8-2, sometimes you aren't quite ready to do that. For the Dallas Stars, bump and run. These Winnipeg Jets are fast and they're big. They bump, so the Dallas Stars are going to have to own their own territory, play physical, and skate.
Face-off in the Dallas zone. Mark Scheifele out to take the face-off. Scheifele was 55% in the face-off category the other night. Bounced out to center ice and back into the Winnipeg Jets zone. Back forward goes Zach Bogosian. A +5 against Florida with Zach Bogosian. Lead pass deflected into the Dallas zone. After it goes Evander Kane, jammed away from him by Demers. After it, Michael Foley tripped up by Jordy Ben. And the puck up the boards, and Travis Moen will let Jordy Ben clear it out to center ice. And into the Jet zone it goes. Sevier in on the forecheck, but on the loose puck is Mark Stewart. He will play it for Jay Harrison. Part of the bearded blue line for the Winnipeg Jets. After it goes Evander Kane. Couple of hits in the offensive zone. Lowry had the second one. And the Stars will carry back. Antoine Roussel drops it back for Klingberg. Save made. John Klingberg coming off a 2-goal game against Ottawa and gets the game's first good scoring chance, and a save made by Andre Pavlik. Shot from the line, blocked in front, bounces around, cleared to the boards, and taken by Adam Lowry.
Dallas is skating. They're really aggressive here, and look for that Klingberg to be up on the play a lot. He's got some talent.
Garvin lets this go short side high. Spezza trying to hold it in to the front of the net. Wheeler breaks it up, and Wheeler will bounce it back to the Dallas line. Stars in the middle of a change. Wheeler goes after it, takes it away from Spezza, and back for Dustin Byfuglien. 2-goal game for Byfuglien against Florida. Lindback will come out. Cleared up the boards, trying to hold it in at the line as Sherratt. Puck is bouncing, and Blake Wheeler is on it. Blake Wheeler talking this morning about coming off the 8-goal game, that sometimes offense is hard to come by. In the next game, he said, I got 0, so I'm ready to go.
They had lots that game. They could use them this game.
Wheeler tried to center that. It gets away from Little. Hemsky to center, no further. And Byfuglien. He'll send this one in. Lindback deflects it away. After it, Anthony Peluso coming off a career high in minutes played at 11-11 against Florida on Tuesday. Jordy Ben lifts this in. Jamie Benn going after it. Got in ahead of it. Delayed offside. As Ben is out there with Eakin and Brett Ritchie. So Seguin and Ben not on the same line for this game, at least for the start of it. In from the line, Zach Bogosian riding the 3-game point streak. Peluso gets jammed up in the corner. Puck is still loose and Jamie Benn is on it. At center for Ritchie, and Ritchie gets to the red line, backhands it in. And Jay Harrison in behind his own net.
Good shift there on the forecheck for the Jets, especially Slater's line. That fourth line coming out, it's important for them to lay on the body. Slater's been really good at that, especially the last couple of games.
Deflected in, Jets go in after it. Jumping in from the line is Jay Harrison. Matthew Perreault for Michael Frolik, back for Matthew Perreault. Perreault trying to work it free from Travis Moan. They score! Michael Frolik on the feed from Matthew Perreault, and the Jets for the 4th straight game get the game's opening goal.
Has this Scheifele line got some magic or what? Scheifele, Frolik, and Perreault, but it did start with Perreault again. It's in on the forecheck. Perreault gets the puck along the half wall and then takes it down low into the corner. Frolik is in good defensive position and then comes in for the play. There's Frolik keeping the play in, gets it to Perreault, and then on the right side of your screen, just off camera, after Frolik had dished it, he comes in late, and it's all about timing here. All the Dallas Stars are in position, except nobody's taking Michael Frolik. He gets right in between 3 guys in front of the net. Perreault threads the needle, and it's 1-0.
9 on the year for Michael Frolik, who extends his point streak to 4 games. Icing called against the Dallas Stars.
Amazing, you see this so much in the NHL now, Dennis. There are 5 guys in the picture for the Dallas Stars, and this has been the issue for them. Watch when Frolik scores, how many green jerseys there are. Everybody is looking at Perreault. Everybody's trying to steal the puck. Nobody has Perreault. Nobody has Frolik. Perreault puts the puck right in the right place, and it's 1-0. You see that a lot now.
And 9 points in a 5-game point streak for Matthew Perreault. Adam Lowry, who had 2 goals in this building last time the Jets played the Stars. Back into the Jet zone. Here comes Bogosian for Matt Halischuk. Halischuk for Lowry across the line, and they're going to say that Kane jumped the gun at the line. And play whistle down on the offside.
And that little dump towards the net, even though it was offside, that one went in. Anders Lindback in net for Dallas, and they've struggled in goal all season long. Anders Lindback has not won a start yet this year. He's only had 5 starts. He's got 2 wins, both of them in relief. And just Kane coming in on this last shift. It is offside. They throw it towards the net. Sorry, it was Lowry. And look, maybe he gave up on the play. You don't see goalies do that very often. If the Jets can get more shots on him, he is going to struggle because you know he is not on top of his game.
Talking to Lindback this morning, said he needs to calm down. He needs to be more calm in the net, but that's tough to do when you don't play much and when your team is struggling and relying on the goaltender so much.
That's right. That's like the power play. Go out there and act natural, darn it.
Yes.
Thanks.
Stolen by Wheeler on for Ladd. Ladd's shot goes off a leg and wide. Wheeler stays on it. Wheeler for Brian Little. Little back for Wheeler, and Andrew Ladd, whose stick got caught up in John Klingberg's equipment. And Ladd is going to get the game's first penalty. It's going to be a tripping call, and the Dallas Stars will go to the power play.
And Jets were in trouble there. That was about a 4-on-2. All 3 forwards for the Jets.
Point play number 16, minor penalty for tripping.
these things happen. Look at Ladd's stick gets caught up with Klingberg, and when Klingberg leaves, the stick is tweaked up between his legs, and that's an automatic call. We see Wheeler behind the net, Ladd picking up the stick. Little was caught too. It was basically a 4-on-2 because they were caught and let up a little bit because of delayed call, and Ben Sherratt made a good play to just touch the puck.
Tyler Seguin leads the Dallas Stars in power play time as Ondrej Pavelec jumps on that puck. Seguin averaging 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Ondrej Pavelec, wins have been tough to come, but he's picked up points.
Yeah. He's 10-10-6 on the season. No wins in his last 4. 1 win in his last 7. It's not that he's played badly by any means. You don't know exactly what it is when he gets in the net, but he's not getting the wins, and he needs them.
1 win in the last 7, but points in 5 of the last 7. At the line for Trevor Daley. Down for Tyler Seguin, saving the short side scramble, and it's jammed wide. Seguin waits for it at the line. Seguin with 26 goals on the year. 6 have come on the power play. Seguin plays it back to the line, but Trevor Daley had moved to the middle of the ice, and this will make its way back into the Dallas zone. First power play of the game for the Dallas Stars.
They've struggled their last 4 games. 1 for 17 on the power play in the last 4.
Jamie Benn across the line. This is offside. Play is whistled down. Jets penalty kill has struggled a little bit as of late. It has dropped to 82.6%.
And they're going to have to take keep an eye on this guy. Jamie Benn, one of the best wingers in the National Hockey League. He can move back to center at any time. Out there with Spezza right now. But it frees him up on the wing. Fewer defensive responsibilities. He's not scoring at quite the rate that he was last year when he had a phenomenal year. But he's still a heck of a player.
This might be a scary stat as far as Jamie Benn is concerned. Only 4 goals in his last 21 games. Through center ice for Jason Spezza. Near side, Seguin. Daley from the line. The shot is blocked. Seguin jumps on the rebound. It's caught up in the equipment of Zach Bogosian. Lead pass came for Wheeler. And good recovery there by Daley as Wheeler tried to bust his way into the Dallas zone.
Yeah, with 4 forwards out there, they were all pressing up there. Wheeler got that partial breakaway. Couldn't quite get the puck as early as he wanted to. Daley's got good speed and can catch him.
Goligoski, who played over 27.5 minutes against Ottawa, sends this into the Jet zone. Afterward, Eric Cole cleared away from him. Sherratt sends it around the boards, and this will climb the glass and leave the playing surface.
It looked for a minute like Blake Wheeler might get that breakaway chance. It started with Zach Bogosian blocking the shot inside the zone and then getting the puck to the wall. There's Bogosian fighting it right there, gets it to the wall. Now Evander Kane will get it and turn up, and he goes, oh, Wheeler's gone. But Daley was moving back. Daley's got some good speed and caught up to Wheeler.
31 seconds left in the Dallas Stars power play. Face-off win by Brian Little. Adam Lowry will get this out to center ice. Demers sends it ahead for Cole, back for Horcoff. He's chased back into his own zone. He'll leave it for Goligoski. Goligoski straight up the ice for the Dallas Stars. 1-0 Jets on Michael Frolik's 9th of the year. Grabbed off by Sherratt. Sherratt got double teamed. Keeps the battle going. Back to the line for Goligoski. Cross ice for Demers. Quick shot, save, rebound! And did that get to Pavelec?
Yes. If Sherratt got a piece of it, it was like a double stop. Sherratt got half of it and Pavelec got the rest.
Power play over. Only 1 shot on that power play for Dallas. After it goes Ladd. And Goligoski will send it up the near side boards to center and into the Jet zone. Stewart with Cody Eakin after him. Stewart gets a little bit of help. Cleared around the boards. Kept in at the line by Klingberg. Only briefly. John Klingberg is the younger brother of Jets prospect Carl Klingberg. This is a glove pass and play is whistled down.
And now, fans, please welcome your Dallas Stars.
Winnipeg Jets in front by a score of 1-0. Michael Frolik from Matthew Perreault.
Ondrej Pavelec trying to get his first win in 5 games. Made a couple of big saves in this game already. Ales Hemsky with a great chance. I think that got a little piece of Sherratt maybe off his back, but what a great save. Prior to that, Klingberg coming up on the play. You're going to see a lot of that. He has traffic in front of him, does Ondrej Pavelec, but he sees the shot coming, holds his ground, he's out, he's aggressive, and he made that save as well.
Dallas Stars have 60 first period goals, and Ondrej Pavelec preventing that number from going up. That 60 leads the National Hockey League.
Well, the good thing for Pavelec and for both goalies really is that the Jets have been so good in first period scoring. They've got 8 first period goals just in the last 3 games.
Tyler Seguin out with Garbett and Roussel. As Lindy Ruff continues with the line combinations that he toyed with at practice yesterday. Sharp angle chance. Pavelec is down, and Pavelec is going to hang on to that as Tyler Seguin got spilled after firing that shot.
Lindy Ruff has had his issues his team has had to work through. We talked about in the pregame their inabilities inside their own zone. They went through a really good stretch of about 10 or 12 games where they were giving up next to nothing. They really solidified things. Then they let it slip again for 4 games. And even the last game against Ottawa, they had to come from behind and win it. He's broken up his top pair of Seguin and Benn. They just haven't had much chemistry of late. That happens with the best 1-2 punch in the National Hockey League through much of last year, and at times this year, it's not always going to be good.
20 of 28 points in the last 14 games. Here's an odd man rush for the Dallas Stars, but 1-2-2 in their last 5 as the win over Ottawa snapped a 4-game winless skid for them. Then in the corner, hit there by Brian Little. Puck around for Blake Wheeler. Wheeler trying to get away from Klingberg. Does! And Andrew Ladd slipped that just wide. Good work down low by Blake Wheeler. Brian Little snaps this back into the Dallas zone. Lindback will leave it, and Cody Eakin will play it in behind his own net for Klingberg.
That's where the Jets have made a lot of hay lately. We saw that on the Frolik goal. The Ladd-Wheeler combination almost does it again down low.
Eric Cole with 7 points in his last 5 games. In on the right side, dropped it off. That shot got blocked as Ritchie couldn't get it, or Hemsky couldn't get it through, and grabbed off by Sherratt. Watch by Spezza. Out to center, Demers breaks this up, and they're going to say that on the far side, Hemsky did not get out of the zone quick enough.
Andrew Ladd goes to the net as well as anybody in the National Hockey League. This line just has such good chemistry. But look at Wheeler. Protect the puck, just throw it out in front, and he puts it right in the right spot. Again, Dallas has defenders there, but they're not playing man-on-man in front of the net. They're trying to steal pucks. A little bit of a stick in there, just enough by Cody Eakin so that Ladd couldn't get everything on that shot. Otherwise, it's 2-0, but good work by the Little line down low.
Mentioned Cody Eakin, his 199th NHL game. Slammed in by Jordy Benn. Stewart for Jay Harrison for Peluso. Nice little redirect for Slater and on for Thorburn. Thorburn across the line. Thorburn for Slater, coming off the game against Florida where he had a season high in ice time. Thorburn now jammed against the backboards by Jason Demers. Puck is loose and grabbed off by Sean Horkoff, the former Oiler. Cleared out the center no further, and Mark Stewart bounced it right back in.
Chris Thorburn wanted a penalty. He got an inadvertent stick up in the mouth. He was yelling at the referees. The refs didn't see it and will not call it.
Jordy Bennett center for Seguin. Seguin for Ryan Garbett. That failed to work, and back for Toby Enstrom, and he'll just clear it out to center ice. Stars will regroup, and Trevor Daley will snap this back in. Pavelec leaves it. Enstrom at center, flips it in. Enstrom and Bogosian both on 3-game point streaks. Enstrom trying to hold it in, does. Scheifele down for Matthew Perreault. For Matthew Perreault, 26 points in his last 25 games with the assist on this game's opening goal from Michael Frolik. Collision in behind the play as Matthew Perreault takes down Tyler Seguin, and the Dallas Stars are going to get their second power play of the hockey game. Ondrej Pavelec in net makes a couple of real good saves early. Jets on TSN brought to you by the 2015 Toyota Corolla. It's Corolla like you've never seen it before.
Matthew Perreault on the forecheck on Tyler Seguin. He gets a penalty for tripping. I'm not sure why he decided to go cross-body there. If he'd have led with his left shoulder, he probably would have been okay, but he got all tweaked up when Seguin sidestepped him, and he's going to sit the next couple of minutes out. Or at least the Jets hope so.
Second power play of the game for Dallas. Trevor Daley holds it in at the line for Jamie Benn. Benn fakes the shot, back for Daley. Trevor Daley, 10 goals on the year. There's a shot, deflected, save made with the right pad of Ondrej Pavelec. Back for Daley at the line. For Seguin, for Daley. Slater stays in that shooting lane. For Benn, for Spezza. And the shot off the leg in front and wide. Slater has lost his stick. Daley for Spezza. For Seguin. Back for Spezza. Doesn't shoot it. Seguin, he doesn't shoot it. Daley, he doesn't shoot it. Seguin will, and he nails Ritchie in front of the net. Seguin, watched by Frolik. Stewart got his leg in front of that shot. Jamie Benn for Daley. It hit the broken stick and stays in the Jet zone. Benn cross ice. Spezza couldn't handle it. Takes it off the sideboards. Power play for Dallas. Spezza tees it up, and that's off of Ritchie in front of the net and high. To the line for Daley. Good pressure here by Dallas. Seguin fires, and that is off of Jay Harrison and up into the netting.
Really good puck movement here on this power play, but they come away empty-handed. The Jets were really hanging on here. Watch this rotation as they move the puck around. It'll end up on the left side of your screen. It'll go Daley to Benn, and watch Spezza. That's a set play. You see the timing pattern there? Daley to Benn, right to Spezza. Spezza in the slot. He came up from behind the net. It's like you're hiding in plain sight. Then you get into a certain predetermined area, and that's how you get your chance.
Trying to see if Dustin Byfuglien is on the Jets bench. It is kept in by Demers. Sends it back to the line. Goligoski blocks in this game, 11 already by the Winnipeg Jets. Dallas on the power play for another 15 seconds. Shot, that's deflected off of Cole in front of the net and just wide. Bogosian lays the body and the loose puck onto the stick of Little and cleared down the ice.
Good play, good physical play there by Zach Bogosian. That was on Hemsky. He wasn't playing the puck at all. Hemsky wasn't ready for that hit. He took one.
And now Byfuglien and Sherratt out on defense for the Winnipeg Jets. 2 shots on that power play for the Dallas Stars. They are 0 for 2 on the power play. Byfuglien has the puck. Redirect up the middle. Too far for Evander Kane. Klingberg goes back for it. For Cody Eakin. Winds his way to the Jets line, and as he tried to clear it in, he puts it into the Winnipeg Jets bench.
Dustin Byfuglien, who's had a tremendous season. It's the reason he's going to the All-Star game. Switching back to defense, well documented. I laughed when he first moved back there, Dennis, and I said, have you been talking about this or asking your coach about this all year long? He said, I wear the red tape in practice every day, even when he was a forward. And what he means is defensemen always wear red in practice, so they wear red tape on their socks. He says, I wear red all season long.
We saw those numbers, and it is remarkable what Dustin Byfuglien has done on defense for the Winnipeg Jets at a time when they really needed him. He was there. Scheifele with the quick shot. That goes off Daley and wide. Perreault trying to hold it in. Jamie Benn is on it, and Benn will float this back into the Jet zone.
The only thing Byfuglien was missing was a little patience and control in his game in his own zone. All the other things were there. The knowledge, obviously, the skill, too.
Lead pass for Scheifele too far. This is going to be an icing call. Scheifele with 14 points in his last 15 games for the Jets.
Paul Maurice done a good job of keeping his lines together for a long time here. This Scheifele line has been really terrific. I mean, obviously the star of the line is Matthew Perreault over the last month or so, for sure, and certainly last game with the 4 goals. But Scheifele does so much good work. He is so smart. They all have tremendous hockey sense. I mean, really top of the chart hockey sense, and that's a big reason why they work together well.
Frolik ahead for Zach Bogosian. He'll find a little bit of room and send it in. Bogosian, first man in. Lindback will play it away from him. Sent up the boards by Sevier. To the center, no further, and Andrew Ladd right back in with the long shot. Lindback steers it away. Harrison at the line. Harrison and Kane had the other goals against Florida after 4 from Perreault and 2 from Byfuglien. Harrison back for Mark Stewart. Jacob Trouba, by the way, on the ice this morning with the Winnipeg Jets, was not in a red jersey. He said there's just too much of a logjam back there. Not ready to come back in the immediate future. So with Evander Kane not taking the morning skate, Trouba played on the line with Lowry and Halischuk. Jordy Ben will send it in, but whether we see Jacob Trouba prior to the All-Star break or not, we'll find out as the days go by here. Here comes Kane on the backhand. Save made, Lindback. Kane after it. Lowry's off the backboards. Lowry to the blue line for Byfuglien. The blast. That hit a leg in front.
Good tip by Halischuk, too. He got a piece of that.
Kane going after it to the near corner with Jordy Ben after him. For Lowry. Lowry trying to jam it away from Spezza. Jason Demers takes the loose puck and sends it off the sideboards. No one there for Dallas. And that is going to be another icing call against the Stars.
Well, we talked to Paul Maurice this morning about the players coming back in the lineup and how he's liked their ability to get back in and get going right away. He talked about all of them, but he talked about that guy, Evander Kane. He said, I think Evander Kane has made the biggest difference to us because we look a lot different with him out there. He changes that Lowry line, gives them a lot of offensive push for sure.
Shot from the line by Ben Sherratt. Save made, Lindback. And he will hang on to it. 1-0, the Jets with the lead, and Andrew Ladd that close to extending his point streak. Jets pass holders, watch for the Jets Rewards bonus code during tonight's game. Enter the code by logging into Jets Rewards and receive 50 bonus points redeemable for unique Winnipeg Jets benefits and experiences. Jets Rewards, reward your passion.
Slater line out there again. The Slater line had a chance to play about 14 minutes the other night. Of course, it was a game where they were up by a lot of goals, and that was important for them, and usually they're playing only 6 or 8 minutes.
Look at Matt Dunnigan. Speaking of Winnipeggers and former quarterback for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Now, of course, big part of TSN's coverage of the CFL. And Matt Dunnigan, who spent some time in this area at this game tonight. Slater behind the Dallas net. Peluso battling there with Tyler Seguin. On it is Daly. Daly clears right onto the stick of Thorburn. Quick shot by Thorburn. That just went wide. Bogosian holds it in for Anthony Peluso. Tied up by Big Alexiak. For Thorburn. Thorburn finds a little bit of open ice to the line. Bogosian. Slap shot. Lindback finds that at the top of the blue paint. And he'll hang on to it.
Peluso with some good net front presence there, and well done by Bogosian. Those ones that come off the wall like that, you have somebody coming out at you, you have to see the puck, you have to be able to find it, but also you have to take a peek and see where that oncoming forward is, so you don't shoot it right into his pads. He got that one past the forward and right on the net.
Zach Bogosian, a +5 against Florida. That's a career single game high for him. And a +7 for Bogosian since he came off IR. Klingberg watched by Matthew Perreault. Perreault takes the puck for Frolik, and that went off a stick and went wide. As Matthew Perreault took that away from John Klingberg. At the line, Byfuglien holds it in. Scheifele twisting to get away from a check from Goligoski. Kept in by Frolik. Slap shot, that one off the side of the net. And now finally cleared out by the Dallas Stars.
Great work again in the offensive zone by this Scheifele line. Their positioning, their hunt for the puck, they're just stay on the defense of the Dallas Stars and turn pucks over.
Sherratt sends it in. Lindback stops it. Jets complete their change. Jordy Ben for Demers. Wheeler on the back check, clears it away and sends it back out to center. Jason Demers will try it again for Ryan Garbutt, who got himself into a little bit of trouble the last time these two teams played. Ended up with a bit of a suspension. Here comes Antoine Roussel. Tried to get it to the front of the net, and Mark Stewart came sliding across and blocked it. A wraparound try by Roussel. Scramble. Pavlik gets down on the short side and makes the save. Ladd throws this to open ice, and Harrison goes after it. Harrison getting pressured there by Cody Eakin. Ryan Garbutt gets it down for Roussel, and Antoine Roussel is stopped there by Mark Stewart. And then nice little outlet pass by Ladd for Jay Harrison. Harrison gently into the Dallas zone. And player changes for both teams. Under 3 to go. 1-0 Jets on a goal by Michael Frolik. Travis Moan tried to get that to the front of the net. Daly jumps on it from the line. Saved by Pavlik. And the Jets will carry it out with Evander Kane. Kane with Hallostruk and Lowry heading to the net. Kane, the wrist shot. And Anders Lindback shuts that down on the short side.
Well, that's what Evander Kane can give you, that dazzling speed. When Trevor Daly was caught up on the play. Let's go back to the play by Mark Stewart, though, inside the zone. Really nice job. The Jets did not have a good shift there. They spent a lot of time inside their own end, gave up that potential scoring chance. Mark Stewart did the job, and then again, puck to the front of the net by Dallas. And later on, this play, the way the play ended, this is Evander Kane, knowing the defenseman's going to go down. He's got to get that puck at least waist high, but that terrific speed blowing out of the zone pushes Dallas back.
Kane with goals in back-to-back games for the Winnipeg Jets. Seguin is after Toby Enstrom. To the corner they go. Enstrom plays it for Bogosian. Bogosian getting pressured there by Ritchie. Brett Ritchie in his 8th NHL game. The 21-year-old started his NHL career with goals in back-to-back games.
Brett Ritchie scored on his first ever shot in the NHL, and last year he scored on his first ever shot in the American League too. How about that?
Not bad.
It's all downhill from there.
In behind, some pressure now by the Stars. At the line, Klingberg shot didn't get through. Jamie Benn spun around. And on the puck is Matthew Perreault. Perreault sends it in, kicked away by Lindback. Klingberg at center for Spezza. Spezza's pass turned over. Byfuglien picked it off for Wheeler. Great defensive play by Eric Cole as he got his stick into the wheelhouse for Wheeler. Byfuglien's going to hold it in at the line for Sherratt. For Little to Byfuglien. Looking for a lane to the net. Lets it go. And the rebound just skipped away from Brian Little. Cole at center for Ales Hemsky. He'll lead for Spezza. Spezza trying to toe drag Byfuglien and paid a heavy price for trying that.
When Buff hits, it leaves a mark. It is incredible. The hits are fair. Paul Maurice talked about that the other day. When Dustin Byfuglien hits you, it just looks bad all the time, even if it's a good hit.
Cody Eakin trying to get it deep. Roussel had it, got knocked off the puck by Bogosian, and Hallostruk got knocked down by Jamie Oleksiak. Oleksiak now in with Evander Kane. They go at each other along the near side boards. And Goligoski sends it ahead for Ryan Garbutt, and offside is going to be called against the Dallas Stars. Closed captioning is delivered by Pizza Hotline. Order the hotline heavy tonight. Big taste, small price.
Dustin Byfuglien with yet another heavy hit. You want to play a fancy little game against me, Jason Spezza? I'll get you all tied up, and I'm going to take you into the boards, and this is going to hurt. That's Dustin Byfuglien offensively earlier on. Real nice play. He's so big and strong. He tried to create room for Wheeler, which he did, but Cole made a real nice play at the last second to take that shot away by Wheeler.
Ben Sherratt plays this deep into the Dallas zone. Goligoski away from Frolik, but Scheifele is on it. Throws it to the front of the net, steered away. Frolik back down low for Scheifele. Scheifele in a battle with Tyler Seguin. Byfuglien trying to hold it in at the line against Jamie Benn. Those two go back and forth at each other. Cleared out at center. Byfuglien breaks that up. Sends it ahead for Michael Frolik. Get the feeling that the Dallas Stars want to test the big man tonight.
It's a bad idea. Don't poke the bear too many times.
Goligoski, dying seconds of the opening period, and the first period will come to an end with Michael Frolik, the only goal.
Some good offensive action at both ends of the ice. Jets up by 1 there. They were in trouble a couple of shifts. Dallas coming with a pretty good push. Pavlik making some good saves. Pretty even first period.
Michael Frolik with his 9th of the year. Matthew Perreault extends his point streak with an assist as the Winnipeg Jets score the period's only goal and lead by a score of 1-0. One goal that opening period. Michael Frolik, 9th of the year, came .353 into that opening period And with the assist, Matthew Perreault with 26 points now in 25 games. There's your shots on goal, 11-9. Michael Frolik does extend his point streak to 4, and a goal and 4 assists over that streak.
I thought the Jets did a pretty good job of grinding in that first period. We said that as the key to the game. When you win a game 8-2, you have to come back and be ready to grind the next game. Dustin Byfuglien was grinding a little, especially on Jason Spezza. I think they had a couple of words for each other right before the puck was dropped too, Dennis.
Stars carry in as the second period is underway. Daly to the front of the net. Pavlik to save, and Garbutt couldn't get the rebound. Oh, Little and Ladd almost had a 2-on-1, and the puck got away from Brian Little. Just under 8 minutes of ice time in that opening period for Dustin Byfuglien, and Byfuglien went to the backboards a little awkwardly and appears to be in some discomfort. Goligoski the shot, save made. Andre Pavlik clears that, and the Jets will start back with Andrew Ladd. Speaking of ice time for Dustin Byfuglien, since going back to defense, averaging just over 27 minutes. And Byfuglien does, it's either a skate issue or
I think it's a skate
issue.
He was looking down at his skate.
Shot to the front, cleared away around the boards. Michael Frolik will take it. For Toby Enstrom, trying to find Matthew Perreault. Stopped and cleared, and Michael Frolik all the way back into his own zone, off the glass. Chips it out at center for Perreault. Slides it through for Scheifele. He'll drop for Bogosian. Save made, Lindback rebound. And play whistle down, maybe a little early, as that puck came out from under the pads of Anders Lindback.
A little more offense from Zach Bogosian. We talked about that in the pregame. He's got the speed, he's got the talent, and his timing is really good. The drop pass there by Scheifele, he probably waited a little bit too long. I think he went through the prime scoring area there. Let's go back to Dustin Byfuglien along the back wall with Roussel. They get their feet tangled up, and did he tweak his foot up? All I know is he was looking down at his skate when he went to the bench.
Might have been right at that last part,
Maybe.
where there's some contact in the skate area.
He doesn't look like he's in any difficulty, though. It looks like he's ready for his next shift from what I can see on the bench from here.
Zach Bogosian to the red line, pumps this into the Dallas zone. Jamie Oleksiak after it. Stopped in behind the net. Oleksiak knocked his man over. That was Halischuk. Halischuk stays on it, though, now for Lowry. Lowry and Oleksiak bump, and Spezza gets the puck and clears it back into the Jet zone.
You don't want to be bumping around on the corners with that Oleksiak very long. He's 6'5", 250.
He's a big man.
You have to send Bump in there after it.
Although Lowry's not exactly much smaller than him.
Right, he's not shot, but he doesn't have the 250. He's got the height,
Correct.
but he doesn't have the beat behind it yet. Give him a couple of years, maybe.
Goligoski, lead pass through for Horcoff. Horcoff in on goal. Pavlik makes the save and hangs on.
The Jets defense really got split apart there, and Horcoff goes to the net. He wants a penalty. Stewart does a pretty good job. I actually am surprised, though, that he did not get a penalty on this, because he has his stick wrapped right around. He had his arm on the other side. I think he was fully ready to take a penalty in that situation. The referees let him off the hook. I don't see him going there, but they got split too far on the wall. Stewart was late coming off the boards, and that quick up through the middle gave Horcoff that chance. You can see he's not a happy man.
The minute the hand comes off the stick, the free hand, and gets onto the body of the opposing player, that normally does signal a penalty. Ben Sherratt. Left side for Andrew Ladd. Ahead for Blake Wheeler. Sherratt made his season debut on defense with Zach Bogosian. That was December 3rd against Edmonton. Bogosian was hurt that game, and Ben Sherratt has been paired with Dustin Byfuglien ever since. Byfuglien coming across, and Roussel just saw him at the last second. The puck never did get there, though. Cody Eakin to the line. Byfuglien knocked it off his stick. Ladd gets to center no further. Daly plays it back for Goligoski. Back for Daly. Back for Goligoski. As those two will head to the bench on the change, so Lindy Ruff already making a change on the back end as he has paired those two up. As we look at Paul Maurice, who picked up career win 500.
When I was a teenager, I remember my mother saying, nothing good happens after 1 a.m. Paul Maurice said this morning, talking about the last game against Florida, nothing good happens after 5 to 1. That's what it reminded me of. In other words, you get out of control, you start playing too loose, you get in bad habits, and coaches always worry, worry, worry. So nothing good ever happens after 5 to 1, but they won 8 to 2, so I think it was pretty good.
He said you're taking penalties that you maybe normally wouldn't. As a result, your goalie has to make an extra save.
Yeah.
Your defenseman has to block an extra shot. And there's always that risk of injury. But so how many times did you stay out after one?
I can't tell.
Turned over. Jamie Benn, short side off the side of the net.
Enough to get in trouble.
To the slot area for Seguin. That got blocked. Jordy Benn ripped it, and he fired that one high, and it rattles the glass all the way back into the Dallas zone.
Oh, if that one's on, it's in. Jordy Benn just whistled that shot, and he was really deep in the zone.
Dallas Stars with 5 shots this period. The Jets with 1. Paul Maurice was expecting Dallas's best. He said, simply look at the standings, and that will tell you that they are going to come, and they're going to come hard.
They've got two games in hand, too, on the Jets. So the Jets need to bury teams one at a time. This is a game where you can start to bury Dallas.
Halistruck trying to get it up front for Adam Lowry. Kane on it in the corner, cleared away from him, jammed up the boards to the line, no further as Ales Hemsky couldn't catch up to it. Halistruck for Evander Kane. Kane drops it off, in from the line is Harrison. Banks it to the open corner, Harrison goes after it. And Ales Hemsky is forced back into his own zone. Hemsky coming off a 2-point game against his former team, the Ottawa Senators, and has goals in back-to-back games. Stewart for Anthony Peluso, and trying to send that in. It ends up in the Winnipeg Jets bench.
Ondrej Pavelec had to be sharp there. Jamie Benn not very happy. Puck didn't end up in the back of the net. They moved the puck well. On the turnover by the Jets coming out of the zone, and there's Benn who hangs on and hangs on. He wanted to make that pass across in front, but there's the turnover from positioning there, and a good job by the Jets defense at the last second there to spread out, take away the pass down low. Benn had to change his mind and go for the shot from the bad angle.
Jets with 5 of 6 points in their last 3 games. The shootout loss in Anaheim, the only blemish after the shootout win in Los Angeles, and then of course the 8-2 win over Florida. Panthers, due to some mechanical difficulties, had to spend a few extra hours in Winnipeg. They were supposed to leave first thing Wednesday morning, did not leave until Wednesday afternoon. Daly's low shot misses the net. Roussel back down for Daly, back for Roussel. Thorburn got a stick into there. Roussel shot it wide. Oleksiak plays it around. Daly and Thorburn to the far side. Thorburn comes up with it. Pressure coming, and Thorburn will just gently bounce this back into the Dallas zone.
We've seen quite a bit of the Slater line so far in this first period and a bit.
Icing called against Dallas, and the faceoff will come all the way back. Jets on TSN. Action continues tomorrow as the Winnipeg Jets will make their way into Chicago, trying to make it 3 for 3 at the United Center. Live coverage gets underway 7 p.m. Central on TSN 3.
And that's part of the reason why you are seeing more of the Slater line. This is like a giant 6-period game, or maybe even more. You never know.
And the Hawks have not played since Sunday.
Yes.
In for Roussel, shot to the short side, and Ondrej Pavelec will make the save and hang on to it. 1-0. Winnipeg Jets have the lead as we look at Roussel, and there's Dustin Byfuglien. He's all right. Safeway's featured participating product for tonight's game is Quaker Crispy Minis or Rice Cakes.
Jason Spezza's got 29 points at the halfway point. He's usually a point-a-game guy. His coach wants him to be a better two-way player. Be on the right side of the puck, play well defensively. so that they can play him in all kinds of situations and have it be more automatic for him. Well, he became so conservative, Spezza said to me this morning, that he was concentrating so much on the defensive side, it took away from some of his offense. Lindy Ruff just wants that balance. He doesn't want him every time he touches the puck to try to make something out of nothing. That's what the message he was trying to get across. Spezza says he's starting to feel a lot more comfortable now about when, where, and how.
Off the face-off, Wheeler looking for a little bit of room. Wheeler going wide. Goligoski stays with him and takes him to the backboards. Wheeler stays on it. Wheeler in NHL game 499 of his career. Dustin Byfuglien trying to hold this in. Does. Antoine Roussel was all the way at the Jets' blue line.
But Sherratt was back with him. He had an eye going back there. He's used to playing with Buff now.
Byfuglien breaks that up. Couldn't corral it. And the Stars will carry in. Roussel cross ice off the side of the net. There's John Klingberg again up on the play, and Pavelec may have got an arm on that, and now we've got a penalty coming to Dustin Byfuglien.
Oh, Dustin, but well, everybody's in scramble mode because they got caught out of position, and that cross ice pass, I'm pretty sure that Pavelec got a...
Winnipeg number 32, Mark Jones for hooking.
I'm pretty sure that Pavelec got his blocker on that, but the Jets were just trying to fly back into their zone and sort things out. The cross-ice pass and the shot on Pavelec was simply brilliant. I don't know how Pavelec got across and made this save. It was John Klingberg again coming late on the play. We've seen him do that twice now. Klingberg's coming off a 2-goal game against Ottawa, and there's the penalty by Byfuglien afterwards.
Third power play of the game for the Dallas Stars. Tyler Seguin, blocker save by Ondrej Pavelec. Brett Ritchie's after it, back for Seguin, bounces around inside the line. Cross ice for Spezza as the Stars hold it in. Jamie Benn getting pressured there by Harrison and Stewart. Around for Spezza, to the line for Trevor Daley. 10 goals on the year for Daley. For Spezza, cross ice, no room for Seguin to shoot it. In tight, and chipped up and out of play by Colton Sevier. Or rather by Brett Ritchie in tight.
Boy, some pretty good puck movement there too, Jason Spezza. But let's go back to the play I was talking about. Look at the right side of your screen. That's Klingberg moving up on the play. And he gets a terrific pass across the ice, and he's able to pull the trigger. And then this is the play that just happened. They're working those cross-ice seams. That was Spezza again. Across ice, they get it in front of the net to Brett Ritchie. And Ritchie ends up having it deflected up into the screen area. But that's the stuff that Jason Spezza can give you too. In traffic, great vision for the ice. Tremendous hands, playmaker, or shooting the puck himself.
1:26 left in the Dallas Stars' third power play of the hockey game. 15.6% coming into the game is the Dallas PK. So the Winnipeg Jets now 183 times this season. They have been shorthanded. That continues to lead the National Hockey League. Jamie Benn, cross ice, Seguin, the slap shot, save, rebound, save. Benn jamming away at it, and Ondrej Pavelec denies.
This is all Ondrej Pavelec. Outstanding stuff. The Jets don't get there in time, and Pavelec has to make 3, 4, maybe 5 saves because Jamie Benn is just hammering away there as Ondrej Pavelec is down and has his arm along the ice. There's the initial play with traffic in front. He gets a little help, but then 1, 2 extra ones, and then Wheeler comes in and helps out his goaltender. The initial shot, look at Pavelec, find the puck, battle for it, take away everything down low. And boy, I mean, you have to have strength in your arm and leverage yourself there because you could see how much force Ben had on that stick trying to jam it underneath him or through him.
Ondrej Pavelec faced 43 shots in the game in Anaheim on Sunday. Jammed to the line, kept in Goligoski. Power play continues, slap shot, save made, Pavelec rebound, and that's hammered wide by Goligoski. Michael Frolik will roll this back into the Dallas zone.
Another big pad save there on that shot from the point there. Ondrej Pavelec, terrific job. I don't know how he saw it, but he did. He got that pad on it.
Ales Hemsky and Alex Goligoski collided, and Hemsky appears a little shaken up. Across for Horcoff, stopped at the line, rolling puck. Jason Demers gets it for Ales Hemsky. Back for Jason Demers. Goligoski, slot redirect, front of the net. Pavlik is down, scramble, where is it? And play whistle down, and the only thing that ends up in the net is the Dallas player.
That was good play down low by Harrison and by Mark Stewart. His timing to get to the front of the net and realize that I think Brett Ritchie was there in front of the net too, trying to get a second bid on it. Let's go back to the collision there. A couple of Dallas players, including Hemsky, and Hemsky you could see just kind of spun around there. It looked like he wasn't quite right afterwards. But good penalty kill there at the end. Sorry, Dennis. Good penalty kill at the end there by Mark Stewart, getting to the front of the net and helping his goaltender out.
6 shots on goal, and then Jay Harrison put Eric Cole into the net. 6 shots on that power play for Dallas. 1 second left in the power play. Dustin Byfuglien up and ready to return. Tied up in the face-off circle. Controlled shot from the line. Save. And then Roussel may have got a whack at a loose puck, and it just went wide. As the Stars start to put more and more people to the net. They now have 20 shots on goal. 12 of them coming here in the second period. The Jets with just 1 shot on goal in this middle period. This was the period against Ottawa where Dallas turned the game in their favor. Roussel, cross ice, Oleksiak had to get away from him. Now lets the shot go, and Pavlik to save on the short side.
Dallas owns second periods. Their ability to put the puck in the net in the second is outstanding. Right off the face-off, they work hard and control it, and then that net front presence. Roussel going to the front of the net. He tipped that one. That's why Ondrej Pavlik couldn't really control it. He made the save, but had no idea where it went. So off the face-off, the Jets are going to have to be much better off. They got beaten in the face-off circle pretty badly in that first period, and it's not getting any better here in the second.
Jim Slater, 69% in the last 6 games. Scheifele is going to take this one for the Winnipeg Jets. Seguin tried to get it to the side of the net. Dustin Byfuglien takes it, gets it for Matthew Perreault. Perreault tried to send it up the boards. Jason Demers is in from the line to block it. Matthew Perreault took it away from Brett Ritchie. In from the line, Jordy Ben, save on the short side. Pavlik, and now cleared. And here comes Frolik with Scheifele and Perreault. Shot by Scheifele, kicked away by Lindback. Or rather by Perreault, or Frolik, kicked away by Lindback with Scheifele headed to the front of the net. Scheifele on it in the corner. Back to the line for Sherratt. Now for Byfuglien. Down for Scheifele, back for Byfuglien. In a little tight centered. And the net wide open for Matthew Perreault. And a good defensive play by Jamie Benn. Jason Demers reverses for Jordy Ben. Lead pass looking for Seguin. Seguin and Byfuglien into the Jet zone. Byfuglien chips it up the wall. Scheifele at center for Kane. Kane to the line. Halistruck to the net. Pass a little in behind him. Halistruck sharp angle shot. And Lindback to save. Klingberg for Goligoski. Up through the middle. That got picked off and right back for Adam Lowry. Lowry, 2 goals. His first NHL 2-goal game came in this building in December. Jason Spezza carries. Spezza lets the wrist shot go, blocked by Mark Stewart. And here comes Evander Kane. Kane to center no further. Ales Hemsky breaks that up. Hemsky turns it over. Kane now looking for Lowry. Kane, it's the Lowry banging at it. It's loose. Lindback is down. Where is it?
And Lowry gets mauled in front of the net there. He got 1 whack at it, but Evander Kane doing a good job of staying on that puck inside the zone and then throwing it into the paint, not once but twice when the rebound came to him when he was actually below the end red line. And he just threw it back into the feet of Lindback. Lowry got a whack at it, and then all this stuff happened.
So, peace has come to the land. Ondrej Pavlik, absolutely brilliant on that last Dallas power play. Jets on TSN, brought to you by Subway Restaurant. Get your favorite sub made just the way you like it. Subway, eat fresh.
When Dustin Byfuglien is on the ice, the Dallas Stars want to make plays like this. Jordy Ben from beside his net, and that's Tyler Seguin on the fly. But you can see Byfuglien was back this time. He and Sherratt playing together. When Byfuglien is up, you know that Sherratt will back up Dustin Byfuglien. Byfuglien was in the middle of the ice there. You have to be looking around all the time, especially when players like Seguin are out there. Seguin still is tied for the lead in the National Hockey League, 26 goals.
4 shots in this game for Tyler Seguin. He has attempted 8. Eakin for Garbett, and another penalty coming. Is this going to be to Enstrom, or is it going to be to the Dallas? Looks like they may be both going off.
It looked to me like Toby Enstrom was stuck on the backside, and his stick got jammed in the sweater or under the arm. I wasn't quite sure. He was against Garbett coming off the wall. And yeah, it looks like both of them are going to go.
Minor penalty hooking, 16 Dallas, minor penalty holding on to the stick.
There we go. There's the answer. So yes to both. Toby Enstrom got his stick in an area where sometimes you just can't retrieve it. Again, when you get the stick on one side and the hand on the other, and then Garbett's pretty smart. See how he closed that chicken wing down there, or that right elbow? Just squeezed the stick a little bit and wanted to make it look good, but the referee wasn't going for it. So we'll do a little 4-on-4 action here.
Face off in the Jet zone. Dustin Byfuglien and Ben Sherratt will start on defense as Paul Maurice looks on. Dustin Byfuglien coming into the game. Over 1,000 minutes of ice time this season. He is the only Jet to hit that 1,000 mark. Cody Eakin, as we have some 4-on-4 here in the second period. Andrew Ladd knocked it loose, comes loose. Eakin in on goal, and Pavlik got a glove on that. Slap shot, Goligoski, and Pavlik got a piece of that and deflects it up into the netting.
Not their best period. You can tell Paul Maurice kind of half pacing on the bench there. He doesn't like what he sees. Trying to overload at the puck is one thing, but you can't turn pucks over on your own side. Ben Sherratt made it worse by trying to play the puck, overskated it, and they give up a terrific chance to Cody Eakin. Eakin right there, coming off the wall, and another great save by Andre Pavlik with the glove.
24 shots make that 25 shots on goal for the Dallas Stars.
And how tough do you think that one was right off the faceoff? Those spin around shots where the shooter has no idea where it's going to go. It's going to go on the net somewhere, but Andre Pavlik, so tough for him to get a bead on where it's coming from. And Jamie Benn, who is a goal scorer, usually those guys have touch. Another big save, Pavlik.
His career high for shots against is 47. It was against the Dallas Stars. Across the line for Zach Bogosian. 4-on-4 continues. Shots this period 16-4 in favor of Dallas. Bogosian with a good hit on Daly. Bogosian now slap shot. Lindback cleared it away. Jay Harrison to the front of the net. Kane trying to settle it down. Does. Penalty coming to Dallas as Trevor Daly takes the feet out from under Matthew Perreault, and this will be a 4-on-3.
Dallas number 6, minor penalty tripping.
Keep your feet moving in the offensive zone, and you're going to draw penalties a lot of the time. Trevor Daly will sit it out for the next couple of minutes. Perreault on the puck. They have a bit of a collision there. Stars would probably argue incidental contact there at the puck. The Jets get a break here. They got to take advantage of it. They're up 1-0, 4-on-3. Lots of room. It starts with the face-off, and they have not fared well in this game.
Jets power play, the last 22 games, operating at 26%. The first 22 games, 8.5%. It has been quite the turnaround. Byfuglien for Little. It's a 4-on-3. Wheeler to the front of the net. Byfuglien down for Ladd. Ladd in front for Wheeler. A little redirect and Lindback to save. Byfuglien, great job to hold it in. Gets it for Little. Down for Wheeler and back for Little. Byfuglien, first power play of the night for the Winnipeg Jets. Ladd tried to get it down to Wheeler, deflected away, and good job by Cody Eakin to jump on the loose puck.
Andrew Ladd's not set up to be a threat to shoot the puck one-timer. So Dallas is able to shade away from him because it looks like they want to set up either Byfuglien or Brian Little. It's too easy to read. Ladd's got to be more of a threat.
Little After the puck gets double teamed, tried to jam it back for Wheeler. Ladd goes in to help out. And the puck grabbed off by Goligoski. Out of the penalty box now, Garbutt and Enstrom. So it goes to a 5-on-4. Jordy Benn back into his own zone. And Mark Scheifele is going to force Anders Lindback to play it. And Lindback does for Roussel. Roussel sends this into the Jets' end. It is now a one-man advantage for the Jets, and here comes Enstrom. Rink wide for Scheifele. Scheifele trying to cut around Alexiak. Back to the line. Perreault couldn't get a stick on it. Bogosian couldn't hold it in. And Ondrej Pavelec is going to leave it for Toby Enstrom. 6 minutes to go in the period, 15 seconds in the power play. Dennis Bayak, Brian Engblom, our TSN crew here in Dallas. Scheifele for Zach Bogosian, for Dustin Byfuglien, and in. One shot on that power play for the Jets as Daly is out of the box. Benn in across the line, trying to cut around Sherratt. Sherratt forced him wide. Daly is after the loose puck. Taken away by Slater and on for Ben Sherratt. Sherratt to the red line, sends it in. After it, Peluso. Slater backing him up. Thorburn in there as well. Came to the front of the net. At the line, Byfuglien trying to hold it in. Hemsky's stick came up and caught Byfuglien. Ales Hemsky taken to the boards and knocked down by both Peluso and Sherratt. And Slater takes the puck. Floats it cross ice. Peluso couldn't knock it down. And Sherratt for Byfuglien.
Hemsky's been hit by everybody in this game, including his own guys.
Lead pass, and they're going to rule that Goligoski couldn't play it. And icing is going to be called against the Jets.
On that power play, I didn't like the way Andrew Ladd was set up. If I'm playing against him, I see him that he's either going to have to pivot or he's going to have to take a step towards the net. Once he gets caught up on the left wing side, that's where he wasn't in very good position. So I would just have left him over there. There he is on the puck. They're trying to turn pucks over. But the stationing of where he was on the right wing side was the important part.
Off the face-off, Daly lets the shot go. That got blocked, never got right in front. Pavelec, another big save off of Jamie Benn.
Oh my, incredible saves by Ondrej Pavelec.
Jamie Benn looking skyward again as Ondrej Pavelec comes up with yet another terrific save.
Here's what I was talking about, Andrew Ladd on the power play. See, we have an ISO there. See, he's not a threat to shoot. You know he's going to pass. You know he's got the mindset of, I'm going to make plays. If I'm playing against him, this is the 4-on-3. I'm going to let him alone. I'm going to give him some extra room because I know he either has to pivot to come to the net or take a step. That allows me to stay closer to guys like Brian Little, who was set up for the one-timer on the other side, or Dustin Byfuglien, who you know is just salivating at the point, waiting for that one-timer.
26 shots by the Dallas Stars. We mentioned Pavelec's career high against Dallas being 47. Pavelec's career high overall came against Philadelphia. 55 shots for Pavelec. But it has been a busy period for the Jets netminder. Shot by Garbutt. That went wide, short side. Goligoski holds it in. And that went wide off a stick in front. Garbutt on the near side. Garbutt in a battle now in the corner along with Zach Bogosian. Puck comes loose. Garbutt centers. Eakin. Save, rebound, save. Ondrej Pavelec. A couple more big saves.
It's a one-man show inside the zone. The Jets just simply are not sorting it out very well, and they're not playing hard enough on the puck. Dallas is really using the width of the ice well. It's pulling the defense, the group of 5 apart by the Jets, it seems at times, and then they get in scramble mode, and then Dallas has just taken the puck to the net. Another big chance coming out of the corner. Eakin again it was, and then it's a couple of more bodies coming to the net. Ondrej Pavelec with the first save, the second save, sometimes the third and fourth save. The Jets have got to sort it out better and play harder in front of them.
Shots on goal clock here, only giving Ondrej Pavelec 1 save. On that sequence, there was definitely 2, one off Eakin, one off Goligoski. Cleared down the ice. Icing called against the Winnipeg Jets. 19 shots on goal in this period for Dallas.
Well, we talked about having to grind after winning 8-2. You don't definitely see it to the same level that we saw it on the last road trip the Jets were on when they played in LA, when they played in Anaheim. They were grinding. There were physical games. They're a bit of a step slow here, not sorting it out, and they have to, or they're going to end up with an even game here quickly.
John Klingberg after it. Klingberg turned it over, and here comes Matthew Perreault. Ahead to Michael Frolik. Frolik with the only goal in this game. Frolik plays it for Scheifele. Scheifele tight turns against some traffic. Klingberg staying with Scheifele. Scheifele a little stutter step. Sends it back for Jay Harrison. Harrison back in behind the net. Goes all the way around where Brett Ritchie will take a bump there from Scheifele. Gets it down into the Jet zone. Then takes a look over his right shoulder. John Klingberg from his defensive position was joining the rush, but there was no passes. There was no passing lane. Scheifele back into the Dallas zone. Frolik is after it, along with Travis Moan. And the Stars wind it up. Lead pass for Moan too far. And taken by Ben Sherratt. Plays it up the boards, but Colton Sevier breaks it up. And then Sevier got checked by Adam Lowry. To the Dallas line. Lowry chipped it in. Jordy Ben plays it out. Sevier to the line. That's as far as he got. The loose puck over on the left side for Travis Moan. And another save for Ondrej Pavelec.
We've seen a lot of John Klingberg in this game, and we mentioned him a couple of times. He's got some terrific skill. He gets up on the plays coming off a 2-goal game against Ottawa. Really good hands. I did a game recently where Dallas was in Chicago, and Chicago coach Joe Quenneville said, boy, this Klingberg kid, he reminds me of Sergei Zubov. Now that's really saying something. The way he hangs on to the puck in the offensive zone in particular is what he was talking about with Klingberg. His abilities there are really good. Still adapting to the smaller ice surface after coming over from Europe, but he's starting to get it.
With Dallas's farm team last year, he did not play in the final. He was injured and had hip surgery, so he did not play against his brother Carl, who was playing for the St. John's Ice Caps.
He said that, I mean, and it's true for all European defensemen coming over and getting used to the smaller rink. He said, I never had to give the puck away before on the big ice surface. He always had room to move. He could hang on. Now sometimes teams are starting to know him. They get on him quickly. He still wants to make that play.
Off the face-off, another save by Pavelec. This one off Ales Hemsky. Anthony Peluso to center, and he'll sweep this into the Dallas zone. Over 12 minutes of ice time in this game already for John Klingberg, and he does have offensive skills, so when the Stars are trailing, we'll see more and more. Cross-ice speed as Hemsky fed it across for Spezza, and the shot off a stick and wide. 2 minutes now left to go in the second period, a period that has been all Dallas.
And all Ondrej Pavelec.
Lead pass, Klingberg sends it ahead for Ales Hemsky. He got bumped there by Bogosian. Toby Enstrom is after it. Enstrom for Wheeler. Wheeler for Bogosian. Off the boards, Cody Eakin breaks it up. Eakin into the slot. Pavelec to save the rebound. Put in behind Pavelec by Garbutt, but it comes out the near side. Paul Maurice looking up at the clock. Looking for this period to come to an end.
Yeah, he knows Ondrej Pavelec needs to lie down for a couple of minutes.
Frolik down low, Ladd. Jets interchange. Scheifele after it in behind the Dallas net. On it now, Frolik. Getting away from Klingberg. Frolik leaves it at the line. Harrison plays it down low. They're going to say it came outside the line. And a stoppage of play and a face-off at the blue line.
Ondrej Pavelec under siege in this second period. Watch this right off the face-off. Another face-off win. Hemsky, some of the best hands in the league. That's a beeline shot for the top corner. Big save by Pavelec. On the rush again, it was a 3-on-2. Spezza didn't get all of them. They were fortunate there. I thought Pavelec maybe got a piece of that one. Then the shot, and Garbutt coming out of the corner. That one went right through the crease. Pavelec has handled everything brilliantly.
5 goals in the last 8 games for Ales Hemsky coming into this game. Cleared into the Jet zone. Ritchie back to the line. Jason Demers give and go with Daly. Pavelec got a blocker on that. Seguin goes after it. Seguin spins it low. Byfuglien tried to lead for Sherratt. Sherratt gets inside position on Jamie Benn and then gets some help on the near side from Matthew Perreault. Perreault will send it out at center ice. Frolik takes a high hit from Seguin and gets it into the Dallas zone, and Seguin is going to get a penalty.
Yeah, it was kind of a hit to the head there from Seguin. Frolik looks like he's okay.
Dallas number 901, Meyer Belly for charging.
Frolik's helmet was askew when he went to the bench. Seguin wants to see a replay of it along the wall. They call it charging, I think, because he launches himself in. Yeah, you could have called it elbowing, you could have called it roughing, he called it charging, it doesn't matter. It's the same 2 minutes. When you launch into a player like that and make contact with the head, you're going to get a penalty.
Second power play of the game for the Winnipeg Jets. 7th game this season that Ondrej Pavelec has faced 30 or more shots, as the Dallas Stars now out shooting the Jets 31-17. Cleared down the ice. Pavelec will get it for Byfuglien. Chops it into the corner for Perreault. Wheeler comes cross ice for Byfuglien. Ahead for Andrew Ladd. Ladd finds Little. Byfuglien hits to the front of the net. Little to the line to Wheeler and back to Little. For Perreault, in front for Little, and it was in a little tight. Ladd couldn't hunt it down. Perreault to Wheeler. Is there time? No. The shot blocked as the second period comes to an end.
Winnipeg Jets have got a lot of cleaning up to do inside their own zone to get their game going, the physical game, get the forecheck going. They probably should all get in line and ask what Ondrej Pavelec needs. You need a towel, you need a drink, smoke, anything. Lie down.
Well,
thanks, big boy.
I don't think we need to smoke.
I'm just kidding.
1-0. The Winnipeg Jets have the lead. The Dallas Stars outshot the Jets 23-6 in that opening period, a period that belonged to Ondrej Pavelec. Welcome back to American Airlines Arena. Winnipeg Jets, Dallas Stars, third period about to get going here in Dallas. And the Winnipeg Jets hanging on to the 1-0 lead. Tyler Seguin in the penalty box for charging. And he has a $1.28 left to go in his minor penalty. Ondrej Pavelec, busy period as he faced 23 shots in that second frame. Trevor Daley back into his own end as the third period is underway. Second power play of the game for the Winnipeg Jets. Cody Eakin with Perreault after him. And down went Cody Eakin, and then Perreault got bumped on the sideboards by Ryan Garbutt. Here comes Blake Wheeler. In across the line, takes it wide. Wheeler in for Little. Little got knocked over. Puck at the line, kept in by Byfuglien. And then gets by Byfuglien, and Byfuglien is going to get a penalty. As Ryan Garbutt knocked it past Byfuglien.
Buff was trying to hang inside the zone, and he had that sinking feeling
Winnipeg, minor penalty.
that he was going to get called for it. When you're playing the puck and you're sort of hacking and whacking at it, and then he's stuck in a bad spot there. He's trying to plead his case instantly. There's Perreault. Prior to that, he's back on the point playing with Byfuglien. That's a really smart play, being aggressive. He came over to Byfuglien's side, but he attacked the puck carriers. He didn't back off like a defenseman and allow a 2-on-2 to develop all the way down the ice for Dallas. That's smart stuff from Matthew Perreault.
4-on-4 here in the early stages of period 3, and Toby Enstrom trying to clear the puck. It ends up in the Jets bench.
Last time we saw 4-on-4, it wasn't pretty. Dallas really smoked the Jets. They got to tighten up here and play the game the way they're capable of playing. They usually really enjoy the 4-on-4 and usually have most of the puck possession. Not so far in this game, in this situation.
Eric Cole wins the drop. Ales Hemsky watched by Toby Enstrom. Scheifele is after it with Cole, and Scheifele pulls it away from the traffic and sends it for Zach Bogosian. For Evander Kane, and Kane will send it in. A couple of wild scores around the NHL. Minnesota beat Buffalo 7-0. Good start for Devin Dubnyk.
Can't get any better start than that. Nice shutout for his first game there. How about all the scoring lately around the league? A lot of goals.
Scheifele across the line, lets the wrist shot go. That one went wide. Back for Ritchie. In across the line, Ritchie will drop. Daly with the wrist shot, and that went wide. And it caroms the boards and all the way back out to center. Dallas now on their 4th power play of the hockey game. Benn into the slot, backhand shot by Ritchie. And Ondrej Pavelec makes the save and holds.
Well done by Andrew Ladd there, coming back into the middle of the ice there, because Ritchie got a nice feed pass coming off the wall. He had a chance from the prime scoring area, but Ladd got his stick in there, and then Ondrej Pavelec was able to make a save on a shot that was probably less than half as hard as it would have been. Right there in the middle of your screen, so you can see where Ladd came in. Ritchie had to go to the backhand, and Pavelec made the save.
10 power play shots now in this game for Dallas. 6 of them came on their last power play for the Stars. Jammed up against the boards, and Brian Little will send this back into the Dallas zone. Lindback will leave it. Talked to some of the Stars who were down to Ottawa 3-1 after the opening period. In their last game before they roared back, they said they got an earful between periods 2 and 3, and right now they are trying to get this power play going. Seguin slap shot off the shaft of a stick. Harrison goes after it. Jay Harrison will put it down the ice.
Lindy Ruff is a very intense coach. He's been around the block many times, one of the most experienced coaches in the league. He has no problem going off on the team when he thinks they need it.
Lindy Ruff, 11 games short of 1,300. Paul Maurice, 26 games short of 1,200. Shot by Spezza, save made by Pavelec. One shot on that power play. Bogosian as they battle at the side of the net. Bufflin is out of the box. Seguin tied up, and it's batted ahead for Michael Frolik, and Frolik will send it out to center. So the Jets 4 for 4 on the penalty kill. Horcoff. Goligoski quickly cross ice for Jason Demers. For Horcoff with Travis Moan. Turned over, and Bufflin sends it ahead for Halischuk. Halischuk off a leg. Kane is after it. Kane has scored in back-to-back games. That one off a skate and just went by the short side. Banked out to center ice. Bounces into the Jet zone. Back for it, Sherratt to jam it away. Cody Eakin, watched by Bufflin, comes loose, and Adam Lowry will take it. Lowry for Perreault at center. Perreault had it get away from him. Roussel back in for Dallas. Roussel wide against Harrison to the front of the net. Save Pavelec. Good job defensively by Ben Sherratt to tie up Cody Eakin.
They call that line the Bulldog line for Dallas. You can see why. They've had a good game here. They go to the net hard all the time. Matthew Perreault went hard into the end wall there.
Now he gets the puck at the side of the net, and Lindback, big save. What a chance, and now Perreault gets drilled from behind by John Klingberg, and no call. Here comes Garbutt. What a chance for Matthew Perreault. On and off the stick of Jamie Benn. Slater gets it out to center ice. Jets in the midst of a change. Jordy Benn drops for Ryan Garbutt. Blocker save short side. Harrison the rebound. Ahead for Anthony Peluso. Jams it inside the Dallas line, and up in the air it goes. Comes down Anthony Peluso. In a battle with Seguin. Cleared by Jamie Benn. And this is going to be icing against Dallas.
Matthew Perreault took a real spill into the end wall inside the Dallas zone. Looks like he's recovering okay. As he came back, I think he was headed to the bench. Then he gets a turnover, and he gets a chance all alone. See him just getting up there. Good positioning again, the turnover again. Perreault gets a chance. It's hard, though, when... Here's a good look at it. He just blew a tire. So I'm not sure he was feeling himself there. And then all of a sudden it's like, whoops, here we go. Oh, this is great. Doesn't have a great angle to the net. He's off to the side, and a good save there by Lindback.
Ryan Little after with Jason Demers. Andrew Ladd, who had 7 hits against Florida, piles in on Jordy Benn.
Yeah, Jordy Benn's not happy. I thought he was going to take a swipe at Ladd. Ladd hit him really hard.
Ladd chips this through for Blake Wheeler. Blake Wheeler 1 game shy of 500 in his career for Brian Little. Little spins off the check of Eric Cole. They pile up in the corner in the Dallas zone, and now Little Stick comes up and catches Eric Cole. And another power play coming for Dallas.
Will it be 2 or 4? The referee's checking Eric Cole right now. There's blood. It's going to be 4. So another penalty. The Jets have been perfect so far. But that Aaron Stick, boy, at this point in the game.
Winnipeg, 4-minute double minor, high sticky.
It's Blake Wheeler's stick that came up.
That was a heavy forecheck by the little line. They were both in on it. Let's see what 26 is. See how his stick comes up. He's bent over right there. Oh, and as he comes up, he wants to lean back into Demers in behind him, I think. His stick is in both his hands, and the blade of the stick comes up and catches Eric Cole in the side of the mouth.
So the Dallas Stars back to the power play on the double minor to Blake Wheeler. Jets win the draw, and Michael Frolik will send it down the ice.
Boy, they need a couple more of those. That was a big win on the draw.
On the year, Dallas 1 for 9 on the power play against the Jets. And this is a huge part of a hockey game. Trevor Daley snaps this in. After it, Mark Stewart tried to jam it out, could not. Battle in the corner, Frolik with Ritchie. Stewart there as well. Harrison picks it up. And a centering attempt ends up back down the ice. Lindback leads for Trevor Daley. Daley leads the team in average ice time. In front of the net, and Ondrej Pavelec robs Tyler Seguin.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Jamie Benn to Seguin, the combination, one of the best in the National Hockey League. What a pass by Benn. On the fly to Seguin, catches all the Jets players up tight to the blue line. Seguin at full flight, top shelf, short side, and a wave of the leather by Ondrej Pavelec. Brilliant stuff from Pavelec.
Wow. Slater out to take the face-off in the last 6 games. Jim Slater operating at 69%, 5th best in the league for players with over 300 face-offs, but the Stars have dominated the face-off department tonight. Goligoski for Ales Hemsky. Hemsky mishandled it. Gets pressured there by Byfuglien. Now for Horcoff and back for Hemsky. Goligoski. Ales Hemsky. In for Jason Demers, and that shot off of Jim Slater and up and down a play.
That's a big block by Slater. Pretty good scoring chance there. Jason Demers, who's got a decent set of hands and has had an impact since he was traded to Dallas from the San Jose Sharks. Slater went down, blocked that shot. He got enough of a piece of it, deflected up and away.
Brian Little out to take the face-off against Sean Horcoff. Horcoff wins it, but it comes out to center ice. A double minor to Blake Wheeler. You see the time, 35 seconds left in the first minor. Goligoski threw for Horcoff. It got away from him. And this will be a souvenir as it makes its way into the stands. Bravo's original series, 19-2, is back. The officers' personal lives become fair game, and no one's secret is safe. Catch the season premiere Monday at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific.
So far, so good on this penalty kill. The Jets doing a really good job. Defending well through the neutral zone. They have the Dallas Stars off balance for most of this power play.
Daley for Seguin. In against Jay Harrison. Mark Stewart behind the net. Trying to send it ahead for Evander Kane. Does. And Evander Kane will send it down the ice.
Keeping the puck along the wall is critical for a penalty-killing unit. That time the Jets did right off the face-off. You make the Stars dig it off the wall. It ties them up. They're facing the glass. They're not facing the middle of the ice the way they want to.
One done, one to go, one shot on goal. Here comes Kane short-handed. Kane with a rolling puck and scores! Evander Kane goes back to back to back. 3 goals in 3 games as Kane scores short-handed. And the Jets Jets have a 2-0 lead.
We came into this third period thinking the power play would be important for the Jets to maybe steal this game on Pavlik's play, but it's a shorty that makes the difference here. And even though Kane loses control of the puck on the back check by Trevor Daley, he stays with it. He doesn't do a flyby. The stand up there by Mark Stewart on a loose puck is the difference maker there. He gets it to Kane, but Kane's ability to stay in there in front of the net, concentrate on the puck, and score that scrappy goal to give the 2-goal bulge is gigantic at this point.
Seventh shorthanded goal of the season for the Winnipeg Jets. First for Evander Kane, and of those 7, 6 have come on the road. They lead the NHL in that category. 2-0 Jets, what a huge goal. Dallas remains on the power play. Ladd breaks it up. Ladd trying to clear. Had his stick lifted, and then a cross-ice pass is tipped, and it makes its way back to the neutral zone. Mark Stewart draws an assist on the goal by Kane. He extends his goal streak to 3. Slater trying to chop this out. Off a body, but Michael Frolik will send it down the ice.
Boy, what a turn of events here, and you can feel the air go out of the building here. Dallas is going to have to build themselves back up here to get the power play going.
4th career shorty for Evander Kane. Bouncing puck in front, Pavlik down, and Spezza couldn't get a handle on it. Kept in by Seguin. Seguin going wide on Lowry. Seguin around the net. Boy, you go back to the save Pavlik made on Seguin when it was still 1-0. Kept in by Daley. Spins it around the board. Seguin waits for it. 30 seconds in the power play. Jamie Benn. Watched by Bogosian. Ritchie back for Benn. Backhander save Pavlik. Cleared by Bogosian. And this is off the glass and out of play. Face-off, though, will stay in the Jet zone.
Andre Pavlik has made so many saves on all the big shooters, and that was Jamie Benn making another play. A nice deflection, though, by Bogosian, and it was uncontrollable right at the net. But incredible 27 shots faced in that second period. His career high 55. He's made all types of saves, flat out breakaways at times from Tyler Seguin. Great gloves, great legs, everything.
Goligoski. Watched by Little for Roussel. Shot from the slot, kicked away, rebound.
He saved that one too on the rebound.
Roussel after it. Roussel watched by Mark Stewart. Sharp angle chance, sails off the stick and high. Goligoski holding it in. Wheeler out of the box. Cody Eakin back for Klingberg, and Pavlik got a blocker on that. Eakin jams it in front, and Stewart kept Antoine Roussel from getting a piece of that. Goligoski cross ice, one-timer from the line, save. Another penalty coming to the Winnipeg Jets as Mark Stewart is going to go for hooking. Off the bench, the shot by Seguin is stopped, and the 7th power play of the game coming up for Dallas as Mark Stewart will go to the box. Short-handed goal by Evander Kane. Shop at Safeway today. Watch future Jets on TSN telecasts. You could win an all-inclusive trip for 2 to a Grand Bahia Principe resort, courtesy of redtag.ca, where Canada shops for great travel deals. Shop at Safeway today. You could be our next lucky winner.
Mark Stewart, the latest victim, and he'll make his trip over to the sin bin. That's a hooking penalty. Gets the stick up into the hands of Antoine Roussel, and another penalty kill for the Jets.
7th power play of the night for Dallas. 14 power play shots in this game for the Stars. Jamie Benn looking back into the high slot for Seguin. He has to hustle back to keep it in. And now taken by Dustin Byfuglien, and Byfuglien will hammer this around and down the ice. Lindback sends it at center for Benn. Benn going rink wide. Spezza had it get away from him, and good play by Byfuglien to step up and break that up. Daley back for Seguin. tried to get it back to Daly and cleared ahead. Here comes Kane again, and he ripped that one wide as Wheeler sent it ahead for Kane. Wow. Jamie Benn drops for Tyler Seguin. Seguin winds his way to the line and in with Spezza. Shot from the point. That went wide as Goligoski let it go. After it, Spezza for Seguin, and he shot it wide short side. Andrew Ladd goes after it. Ladd trying to work it around Goligoski, and Goligoski takes it away. 40 in the penalty. Garbutt stop taken by Zach Bogosian. Bogosian off the glass. Kept in by Goligoski. Sharp angle centers right onto the stick of Andrew Ladd. And Cody Eakin has to hustle back. Klingberg. 20 seconds in the man advantage for Eric Cole. Cole off the stick to the corner. Buckland gets tied up. Slater spins it around to the open side. Klingberg is going to hold it in for Goligoski, for Cole to Goligoski. Slater goes down, takes away the shooting lane. Goligoski looking backdoor for Cole, got deflected away. Klingberg got knocked down. Dying seconds, power play now over. No shots on that power play for the Dallas Stars. Byfuglien ahead for Slater, and Slater will send it in. Ales Hemsky back into his own end. Slap shot from Toby Enstrom sailed high. And now play whistled down as it was knocked down with a high stick. We will take a break. 2-0 Jets. Our player profile brought to you by Asante, providing complete financial advice. Michael Frolik, the only goal in this game. There's the tail of the tape as far as Frolik is concerned, and he extends his point streak to 4 games.
Short-handed breakaway. Taking advantage of Dallas, thinking nothing but score goals. Seguin gets caught inside the blue line. A nice chip by Wheeler to the open ice. Boy, great speed by Jamie Benn. He put tremendous pressure on Evander Kane, who's no slouch in the speed department either. I think that puck flipped up on him a little bit, and he blew it right over the net.
That was not a misprint at the bottom. 82 shot attempts by the Dallas Stars in this game. 40 have been stopped by Ondrej Pavelec. 23 have been blocked. The rest have missed the net. In case we were doing some quick math. Toby Enstrom for Zach Bogosian. Nice little outlet pass. Scheifele after it. Make sure it gets outside the line. Spezza tries to get it back for Ales Hemsky. That didn't work. Taken at center by Michael Frolik, and he'll play it deep. Jordy Benn for Demers, and out for Travis Moan. Sevier's after it. Moan in the corner after the loose puck. Travis Moan to the line. Shot by Alexiak. Kicked away by Ondrej Pavelec. Alexiak at center. Back in for Sevier. Sevier through for Horcoff. Horcoff knocked Sherratt down. Puck around the boards. Alexiak is on it. Centers in front. Off a stick, and Pavelec came across and got a piece of that. And Blake Wheeler chips it out of harm's way. Travis Moan back into the Jet zone. Around the boards, Horcoff is there to block it. Sevier is after it. Goligoski in from the line. Back for Sevier. Tried to walk it to the front of the net, couldn't.
Great stick by Brian Little there on that play. That's why he couldn't walk out.
Andrew Ladd in a battle, wins that battle. And Ladd will chip it back into the Dallas zone. Under 6 here in the third period. Goligoski, lead pass for Roussel, trying to get around Jay Harrison. Harrison knocked him down. At the line for Klingberg. Klingberg trying to cut around Evander Kane and runs square into Mark Stewart. Up for Kane. Following up on the play is Adam Lowry. Lowry takes it wide. Lowry as the Jets are changing. Lowry in the corner, stripped of the puck, and Klingberg. Lead pass now for Eakin, trying to cut around Enstrom. Enstrom takes him around the net. Eakin centers, then in the slot, and he ripped it wide. Enstrom for Zach Bogosian. His pass up the middle beyond the reach of Anthony Peluso. And with 5 to go, an icing call against the Jets.
There's a look at Jordie Benn. I talked to him this morning. He used to play with Brendan Dillon, then Brendan Dillon got traded to San Jose for Jason Demers. They needed a right-handed guy, and it was Jordie Benn who now plays with Demers. He said, it helps me so much. We didn't have enough right-handed players. That's really why they made the trade, because Jason Demers is right-handed. Jordie Benn said it makes it so easy for me coming out of the zone. I know where I need to pass the puck. When I was playing with Dillon, he was a lefty playing the other side. Sometimes he wanted the puck behind him, sometimes he wanted the puck in front of him, and it just made my job that much more difficult. And having Demers being a righty changed things for both guys.
Enstrom up the boards for Anthony Peluso. He'll work it to center and send it in. Lindback leaves. Scheifele in on Jason Demers. Now in on the forecheck, Matthew Perreault. Perreault with an assist in this game. Lead pass for Seguin, too far. Icing is waved off. Ben Sherratt dishes off to Dustin Byfuglien.
You can see how quickly Seguin was on the fly again, because it's Byfuglien and Sherratt out there. They're trying to test them all the time to see if they're paying attention. They have been.
Byfuglien for Scheifele, but the next pass got picked off, but now an icing call against Dallas, and with 4:16 to go, the faceoff will come back.
Great tension in this game because of that guy. Ondrej Pavelec has been the single best player in the game. There is no doubt. He has been under siege through most of it. The big guys for Dallas have had the puck a lot. They've been coming at the Jets. Jamie Benn's made some terrific plays. Seguin's had the puck an awful lot, but still, they got goose eggs on the scoreboard.
Andrew Ladd after the loose puck. Ladd to the short side, sailed it high. Kept into the line by Byfuglien. Byfuglien for Wheeler. Wheeler tried to get it back to Byfuglien. Stars pick it off and back down that right side for Alashensky. Stopped by Brian Little, and it's back out to center. Klingberg back in. Nothing doing on that far side as the Jets lined up across the line. Klingberg will try it again, but Lowry closes in on him and chases him back. Turned over, Kane. Now with some room. Quick shot, rebound! Another save by Anders Lindback off of Adam Lowry.
How big a goal would that have been? Terrific forechecking against Klingberg. The Winnipeg Jets get another scoring chance because of it, but they come away empty. That's John Klingberg. The Winnipeg Jets did their homework on Klingberg. We spoke of his talent and his ability to hang on to the puck. But watch the forecheck that the Jets put on him. They know he doesn't want to give the puck away. Two guys all over him. He wanted to make a play, realized he had to use the boards. Terrific positioning by Evander Kane, and it was the Jets who came away with a terrific scoring chance.
Faceoff will be in the Dallas zone. 3:33 left to go. Busy schedule for the Winnipeg Jets, 7-11. Tonight is 5-8. In a stretch of 5 nights. And will come to an end in Chicago tomorrow. But some work to be done here yet.
There's that stretch pass again. Jamie Benn was on the fly. He was at the far blue line.
Benn goes cross ice. Pavelec comes across. And another big save by Ondrej Pavelec.
He's like an octopus out there. He's got 7 arms and legs.
Bounces around at center ice. Kane with Lowry. Kane got bumped at the line. Goligoski through the middle for Eakin. Eakin on for Roussel. Roussel tried to get it to the net. It goes off the stick, and Matthew Perreault will send this back out to center where you're under 3 left here in the third. Scheifele. Puck is rolling. Scheifele for Perreault. Perreault across the line, trying to get it to the front of the net. Could not. Jason Spezza. Lead pass through for Alashensky. Hemsky in on Enstrom. Enstrom takes Hemsky to the boards. Snapped around to the near side. Frolik goes after it. Eric Cole gets there, but Bogosian breaks it up. Ales Hemsky now to the line. Oleksiak back for Hemsky. Now for Spezza. The shot blocked by Mark Scheifele. Battle on the near side. Frolik will get it down the ice. Empty net for Dallas. And this is going to be an icing call, and 6 attackers for the Dallas Stars.
Well, it seemed like that through most of the night anyway. Ondrej Pavelec with another great save. Jamie Benn, for my money, has made the prettiest and best and most consistent plays all night long. Look at that pass on the backhand to Daly moving in from the point. Terrific heads-up play, puts it right on the tape, and watch Pavelec come across, take away everything low. He has both legs spread out. He had his glove in the air in case it was on the air. But that is the guy that I would worry about if I was the Jets. Number 14, Jamie Benn.
Jamie Benn has won 75% of his face-offs tonight. Scheifele 23%. That's the matchup on the icing call. Scheifele on his backhand, and Benn pulls it back for Goligoski. Down for Seguin, and the shot went wide. Klingberg watched by Perreault. Around to the near side, he gets away from Seguin. And Frolik will bounce it back into the Dallas zone. And another icing call. Whoa.
Well,
Mark Scheifele looked back over at the linesman on that one.
That was a tight call. So another key face-off here. And especially with 6 players out there for Dallas, they're going to swarm the puck. So this is going to be about how badly do you want it and how efficient are the Jets along the boards and getting the puck out of their end.
Stars have won 68% of the face-offs tonight. This will be Scheifele and Benn all over again. Scheifele trying to tie up Benn. The loose puck taken by Seguin. Back for Goligoski, blocked by Frolik, and chopped down the ice by Bogosian. And they wave off icing on this one as Klingberg goes back. Ahead for Goligoski. 6 attackers for the Stars. 90 seconds left in regulation. And Andrew Ladd will slide this back. And on a race there is Wheeler, but it's going to be another icing call against the Winnipeg Jets.
Pretty good efficiency by Ladd along the wall to get that one and use the middle of the ice. He felt like he was under pressure. A little too much on. You want to get it out of the zone first. The last thing you want to do is try to ease it out of the zone and dump it in the neutral zone when he's doing a quick spin around play and not have it get out. But this one ends up all the way down the ice.
Spezza to take this face off. Ladd gets a piece of it. Garbett down for Spezza. Save, rebound, and a score! Trevor Daly breaks the shutout as the Jets iced it one too many times. And you feel for Ondrej Pavelec.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a twist of the head there. Again, a face-off win, and the Jets are trying to get it under control. They get that one extra man, and a brilliant shot from the point. The initial shot is saved by Pavelec. He can't control it, and I think he screened on it too. He never really got a good look at it, and Trevor Daly fills the top shelf on the short side there with Harrison standing right in front of Ondrej Pavelec. 11
goals on the year for Trevor Daly. And now the referee is in a major battle at the bench with Charlie Huddy about who should be on the ice and who should not be on the ice. .115 left to go. So with 6 attackers, the Dallas Stars pulled to within 1. Brian Little centers, and Ladd was tied up in front of the net. Back to the bench goes Lindback. Stopped at the line by Byfuglien. Ladd got dunked at the line. Offside called against Dallas.
How they defend that blue line is really critical here because the goaltender is pulled. It's a 6-on-5 siege. So once that puck gets in and gets deep, they're outmanned. So the Jets, if they stand up with the blue line as well as they just did here, that's a giant factor in their favor. Hard to do, because you're intimidated by that extra man coming at you, and Dallas finally has broken the seal, and you can see that their energy level is pretty high, and it has to be down 2-1 here with less than a minute to go, and now we've got a timeout called by Lindy Ruff and the Dallas Stars.
Spezza and Garbutt assists on the goal by Daly as Lindy Ruff and Paul Maurice have their teams over at their respective benches.
Watch Dallas here. It's kind of a broken play at the blue line, but the more you can jam it up there and cause that offside, that was Andrew Ladd. Everybody involved there coming together, get in the middle of the ice, get close together, have quick support, and you're just going to have to out-battle the Stars. The puck is going to end up along the wall and in the corners a lot. So your efficiency level there, not to panic, and they really can't afford to take too many more face-offs inside their own zone. So their efficiency level is going to have to go up here, work the puck out of the zone, and not get it down the ice for icing.
Since the end of the first period, the Jets have had 11 shots on goal. Here comes Jamie Benn, Daly off the backside, and another save for Ondrej Pavelec. Bounced around in the corner, cross ice. Klingberg lets it go. That got blocked. And Andrew Ladd sends it down the ice, and this will be another icing call.
And Andrew Ladd's going, oh no, I shouldn't have done that. And he shouldn't have. He should know better. That you have to be more under control there. That's exactly what I was talking about. But look at this play. Watch Stewart step up at the blue line, trying to hold that blue line. That's not the right play, though, because you isolate yourself up over at the boards, up at the blue line, at the worst possible spot in your own zone. And then Andrew Ladd took another face-off that he really didn't need to by pushing that puck down the ice for icing.
Ladd and Spezza, or rather Little and Spezza, to take the face-off. Tied up in the face-off circle, back for Klingberg at the line. Ladd pressures him. Down for Cody Eakin, hit there by Dustin Byfuglien. Seguin tried to center, misfired. Taken by Wheeler, and Wheeler will flip this out to the Dallas line.
That's the execution they needed, right there.
Klingberg with one last rush. A hit for Cody Eakin, drops for Spezza. Spezza to the side of the net, kicked away by Pavelec. Centered up front, Ladd breaks it up, and Ladd will clear it, and the Winnipeg Jets will hang on and defeat the Dallas Stars by a score of 2-1 as Ondrej Pavelec makes one last save as the puck was sent from the Dallas end of the ice. What a night for Ondrej Pavelec, and Evander Kane's shorthanded goal is your winner.
I just saw Jamie Benn look back towards the Winnipeg net as that buzzer went. Like, are you kidding me? He must have been looking at Pavelec saying, who are you? Who is that masked man? 45 saves for Ondrej Pavelec, by far and away the biggest star in the game. Just brilliant stuff. All kinds of different saves, the net front presence that he had to deal with, the shot selection, everything. Pavelec was the man.
13-5-5 on the road now are the Winnipeg Jets as they pick up their 23rd win of the year. Ondrej Pavelec stops 45 of 46. Michael Frolik gets the only goal of the opening period. Ondrej Pavelec absolutely brilliant. Makes a big save off of Seguin. Jets follow that up with a shorthanded goal. There's your winner, and they defeat Dallas. We send you to SportsCenter with Kelsey and Laura.